The average temperature of the surface of the planet has increased 1.7 degrees since the 1880s. That is equivalent to 400,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs exploding across the planet every single day. The Earth will only continue to get warmer, and storms will grow more severe with longer periods of drought in between. In the long run, the planet will lose species globally and leave most coastal cities inhabitable due to a rise in sea level. The world as we know it has experienced 5 mass extinctions since its formation. The 2 most notable ones were the Permian-Triassic extinction event, or the Great Dying, and the Cretaceous-Tertiary extinction. 250 million years ago, a volcanic eruption in an area known as the Siberian Trough Zone was responsible for an increase in global temperature of just 5 to 10 degrees. This eruption led to CO2 and O2 rising, which in turn made Earth for marine life and land species inhabitable, wiping out 70% of land species and 95% of marine species. 65 million years ago, or better recognized when an asteroid right off the coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula hit the Earth, killing 75% of species. Since the last or 5th mass extinction, we've experienced a loss of 65 species, which in turn classifies us to be currently experiencing or living in the 6th mass extinction. This time, we as humans are responsible. This mass extinction won't be due to an asteroid or volcanic eruption. Deforestation, mining, and CO2 emissions are to blame. It is crazy to think that even with all this information, humans won't do what is necessary to reverse the damage, some even claiming that climate change isn't real.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax.
Furthermore, our extinction numbers are still increasing, and this summer, Girls Golf and the WWF partnered up to teach you about the animals we are currently losing. Starting with one of the most endangered species to this day, if not number 1, is the red panda. It shares similarities with the giant panda's rainy, high-altitude forest habitat, but has a wider range. Red pandas live in the mountains of Nepal and northern Myanmar, better known as Burma, as well as in central China. They spend most of their lives in trees and even sleep aloft. Here from our program to speak more about the unique red panda is Sofie Tomas, who luckily traveled to their home and got a closer look.
I chose the panda because I had the opportunity of visiting the panda reserve in Chengdu, China, and I saw the species and I was moved about how beautiful they were. Pandas are at risk of extinction because of extreme poaching and deforestation and lack of resources that they need, like bamboo. They live longer in reserves due to the supple bamboo supply.
Sofie suggests that protecting bamboo, patrolling reserves, and ultimately protecting the panda's habitat would be an extreme help to keep the pandas from going extinct. Unfortunately, the red panda isn't the only animal suffering a loss because of their habitat. Birds, orangutans, rhinos, and even elephants are all animals affected by deforestation. Here from our program is Sabrina Sobrino to tell you a little bit more about the African elephants.
Male African elephants can weigh up to 6 tons. Both male and female elephants grow big tusks. African elephants are going extinct because they are hunted for their ivory tusk. They only live in Africa. African elephants are the biggest animals on land.
In an attempt to help save the African elephants, Sabrina has adopted her own from the World Wildlife Foundation. For more information on why the elephants are endangered, log on to worldwildlife.org. All around the world, animals are being hunted to near extinction for their special features that humans have found a reason for. However, these uses usually serve no genuine purpose and cause the animal nothing but pain and hurt. Similar to the way African elephants are hunted for their tusks, so are narwhals. Here to tell you a little bit more about narwhals is Sophia Estrada.
The reason I chose the narwhal is because people don't think they are real and they don't realize what they're doing to the environment. Some facts about the narwhal is that the tusk is actually a tooth, and they are not in captivity, so you can't find them in a zoo or an aquarium. some people like to call them the unicorn of the sea because their tusk looks like a horn. The reason they are classified as threatened is because of climate change. The ice is melting and they don't have a place to live. A way we can help them is, sadly the tusks are being sold illegally, so if we take care of our planet, then hopefully no animals will be hurt.
Another interesting feature about the narwhal is that it is one of 2 animals in the species. Our director at Girls Golf of Miami, Stephanie Peareth, and narwhal expert Sophia Estrada teamed up to tell you guys a little bit more about both whales.
So the narwhal and the beluga are a family. They are the only 2 species in this whale family called...
What?
You can
It's
get
hard
it, go.
to say. Monodontidai.
Good job.
Monodontidai.
So the beluga whale is an all-white whale and it has a huge melon on its head. They're in danger of hunting, oil and gas development, and industrial pollution.
These whale species are Arctic mammals and need cold temperature waters to survive. By doing our part to reduce pollution, we can help save the species from extinction.
According to the Arctic WWF.org, the temperature of the Arctic has increased 2.3 degrees Celsius since the 1970s. Though it may seem like a minor change, this change in temperature is only increasing, and scientists believe that 3.6 degrees is the temperature in which the ice sheets where these Arctic animals live begin to melt at an unstoppable rate. Next on our list of endangered species is the lynx. Not many people are aware of what a lynx is or that it even exists. Sara Matos, who is extremely passionate about the lynx, is here to tell you guys some cool facts about the animal.
I chose this adoption because the brand of my golf clubs is a lynx and I saw that they were endangered, so I took action immediately and I made the adoption. Fun facts about a lynx is that their paws are so big and so fluffy that while they're walking through the snow, it weighs them down. And their diet consists of birds, mammals, and fish. They're endangered because people hunt them for their fur and they're losing their prey species. So not only are they starving, they're also freezing because of how cold it is. We can stop hunting their fur so they won't freeze. Without the lynx, wolves, cougars, and coyotes will starve and have to find a new source of food, and their prey will become overpopulated.
The Iberian or Spanish lynx is one of the most highly endangered cats and only lives in wild parts of Spain. The lynx faces many enemies, but its greatest one is the human population, as they kill them with traps, venom, and hunting tactics. Continuing our list of unknown endangered species is Oakley Sever, who wanted to change that ideology and introduce the public to an animal special to her.
I chose this adoption because the prairie chicken is culturally important. It is super cute and sometimes is called a boomer. Wildlife-based recreational business can also suffer because these animals are their main attraction, and if they vanish, then the revenue for the local communities will also vanish. The prairie chicken is endangered because of hunting and habitat loss. You can spread the word and conserve the prairie habitat, which can also save other prairie animals like the sagebrush lizard.
At one time, the prairie chicken species was seen all over much of Central and Eastern North America. Today, few are spotted on areas of native grasslands in the Midwest. Contrary to the not-so-well-known animals, is a mammal that is recognized all over the planet due to movies as well as their overall appearance.
adopted an emperor penguin because penguins are my favorite animals, and sadly they are on the long list of nearly threatened and endangered animals.
All different species of penguins have different reasons to why they might be endangered, but the emperor penguin is near threatened due to the fact their populations have been decreasing because of the changes in the sea ice in Antarctica being driven by climate change. This is crucial to a good colony of penguins because penguins need ice to raise their chicks, and everyday ice in Antarctica continues to melt. If penguins go extinct, fish and krill will multiply, and penguin predators will suffer. To help save penguins of Antarctica, you can try and conserve trees and reduce your carbon footprint.
Out of the 18 species of penguins, 13 are now classified as endangered, and the most popular species known, the emperor, is expected to completely vanish by the end of the century. Last but not least of our endangered aquatic animals is the manatee. Here at Girls Golf in Miami, we hold manatees very close to our hearts as they reside in the canal located at our golf course.
Living in Miami, we see manatees all the time in canals and in the ocean. They are aquatic mammals named the sea cow.
They feed for 6 to 8 hours a day, and they're very playful and friendly, which can sometimes cause them to get hurt when playing with humans.
In Miami, tourists often take boats out. When manatees come to the surface to breathe, they look like large rocks, causing boats to hit them.
Their population is also declining because of algae blooms and entanglement with fishing gear.
We had the pleasure of visiting a manatee rehabilitation center in Florida over the summer. Unfortunately, there aren't too many of these centers worldwide, even though they do so much good. But you can help save manatees by visiting these centers or donating to the World Wildlife Foundation.
Look at them. There's 4.
By having animals and living organisms in our oceans, we allow for the absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which in turn reduces climate change impacts. Ultimately, protecting our marine life will not only benefit animals, but the human race as well. Another animal we hold close to our hearts is the flamingo. Being that our girls' golf site is in Miami, we are often characterized by the loud pink color of flamingos and the tall tropical look of our palm trees.
Being part of protecting endangered species is very important to me. So I've heard a lot about deforestation and climate change. So I decided to adopt one of my favorite animals, a flamingo. When I think about Florida, I think sunshine, palm trees, and flamingos. Even though they're considered a non-native Florida bird, a group of scientists argued that they should be. My mom's always said that I remind her of a flamingo because of my long legs and how they walk gracefully across the pond. They suffer problems such as climate change because of the drought in their habitats. They also suffer from chemicals and toxins from factories and businesses. So what we can do to help them is just reduce waste and reduce pollution in our everyday lives.
Another animal that is globally recognized because of their appearance is a koala. Koalas are not recognized as endangered yet, but their population has been decreasing drastically over the last century.
I adopted a koala because they are cute and fluffy. They are endangered because they are hunted for their fur, deforestation, destroying their habitat.
Australia's beloved koalas are dying of stress because their habitats are being destroyed. They're also suffering from diseases like leukemia and cancer. Koalas are not the only animals suffering because they are genuinely stressed. Many animals experience the same level of discomfort that we as humans feel when we are overworked or just have too much on our plates. However, here's an animal who mostly feels like they've got it all under control.
I
adopted a lion in honor of my brother who loves lions. Two fun facts are a lion can run for short distances at 50 miles per hour and leap as far as 36 feet. African lions are the most social of all big cats and live together in groups called prides. A pride consists of about 15 lions. Why lions are endangered are because habitat loss and fragmentation, illegal wildlife trade, and human-wildlife conflict. We can be more mindful with going into their habitat and just respect their space.
Last but not least is the sloth, who is known to be slow, sweet, and actually very smart. Here's Stephanie Peareth with more information about the sloth.
So I chose to support the WWF adoption by adopting a three-toed sloth. Basically, that their threat for endangerment is their habitat loss, because sloths spend between 15 to 20 hours sleeping on a tree. So if their environment gets damaged, then unfortunately sloths have nowhere to live. The fun fact about sloths is that they always look like they're smiling because of the fur on their face, and that they can rotate their heads 270 degrees, and they're super cute. They're the only mammal that cannot regulate their body temperature, so it's really important that they're in the correct environment to survive. And if their environment and their habitat's damaged and in danger, then they're going to become endangered and we're not going to have them anymore. So save the sloths.
With the help of our participants at Girls Golf of Miami and even some far away, we were able to spread the word and enrich the lives of more people by teaching them about climate change and animals in danger. Our young girls, now empowered to change the world, want to show you how well we did.
This summer we set a goal to reach $800.
We try to get as many people we can to support the World Wildlife Fund.
This summer we had a project and we got 20 adoptions.
We reached our goal and we raised
$1,000! I support the World Wildlife
Fund.
Our goal at Girls Golf of Miami is to make sure each girl who has gone through the program fills their life with not only golf experience, but knowledge of what is going on in the world, to ensure we've done our part in creating well-rounded individuals. We hope that we've been able to show you that one small change can make a big one, just like we've done here this summer. Our world is our home, and without it we would suffer. We encourage you to be more mindful and attentive when it comes to making decisions and spreading the word. It is not too late to change the planet. It is not too late to acknowledge our mistakes. It is not too late to make a better place for future generations. It all starts in one place, and that place is you.